Hello friends, good morning. Today we will discuss about the geometric design of railway track. We were already discussed about various chapter in our RBT subject. Today we will discuss about geometric design of railway track. This PPT outlined with necessary of geometric design, gradient, types of gradient, grade compensation, radius degree of curve, super elevation or cant. Necessity of geometric design. Why the geometric design of railway track is required? If the haphazard way of geometric design consider various accident and discomfortness of the passenger. Necessity of geometric design. Smooth and safe running of train. When the geometric design is proper, the train is passing on a track smooth and safely. Also, a train achieve a maximum speed, carrying a heavy axle load, avoid accident and derailment, less maintenance effort, and good aesthetic value. That's why we properly design a geometric of track. Gradient. What is gradient? The amount of slope in a longitudinal direction of railway track called a gradient or a grade. Also, a gradient is written as a 1 in x or 1 in n. Also, a gradient is written as in percentage. Gradient are provided on the track due to the following reason. Why the gradient are provided on the track? To provide a uniform rate of rise or fall as far as possible, to reach the various stations located at a different elevation, to reduce the cost of earthwork. Types of gradient. Various types of gradient are considered in a railway geometric design. Enumerate. Ruling gradient, momentum gradient, pusher or helper gradient, gradient in station yard. Ruling gradient. It is the maximum gradient or a steepest gradient which may be permitted on the section of the track. Other than ruling gradient, no gradient is steeper than the ruling gradient. Because of ruling gradient is the maximum gradient on the railway track. It is determined a maximum load that locomotive can haul with a maximum permissible speed. Extra pull required by locomotive on gradient with inclination P is equal to W sin theta. Theta is the horizontal angle making outer rail with inner rail. Weight of train is equal to W tons. Extra power P is equal to 5 tons required because P is equal to W sin theta. Ruling gradient with one locomotive. This is the value considered in ruling gradient in a plane area 1 in 150 to 1 in 250. When the railway passed to the hilly area, the ruling gradient provided value between the 1 in 100 to 1 in 50. Once a ruling gradient is specified for a section, then all other gradient provided in that section should be flatter than the ruling gradient. That's why the ruling gradient is the maximum gradient on the track. Momentum gradient. Momentum gradient is the steeper than ruling gradient, that is the overcome by momentum gather while having a run in plane or falling gradient in a valley. When the train passing through the valley, the down gradient, when the train passing through the down gradient get a momentum and easily pass through the upper gradient. This is the called momentum gradient. See here, the train firstly then the train is passed through the negative gradient and get a momentum and easily pass through the positive gradient. Pusher or helper gradient. Gradient steeper than the ruling gradient requiring extra locomotive. When the train pass through the pusher gradient, it is not hauling by only one locomotive. Extra locomotive is also required when the train passing on the pusher gradient. It reduces the length of railway section. It also reduces the overall cost. Best example of pusher gradient in the Darjeeling Railway, 1 in 37 pusher gradient used on Western Ghat, broad gauge and narrow gauge track. 1 in 25 is provided. When the Pusher gradient provided in Western Ghat, gradient provided 1 in 37. When the track of broad gauge and narrow gauge, the Pusher gradient is provided 1 in 25. Gradient at a station yard. When the train when the locomotive is required to maintenance, the gradient provided in the station yard for the overcome effect of gravity, the gradient of station yard is provided. Grade compensation. When the gradient is also provided when the gradient provided on a curves, then the two types of resistance provided by a track. Once the resistance provided by the gradient and once the resistance provided by the curves. That's why the maximum gradient is not provided on curve. Therefore, the compensation of curve is required. Compensation value of the broad gauge is equal to 0.04% per degree of curve. For a meter gauge, 0.03% per degree of curve, and compensation of grade for narrow gauge 0.02% degree of curve. Here the example of the compensation of the grade. If the ruling gradient is 1 in 20, 1 is 250 on a particular section of broad gauge, at the same time a curve of 4 degrees situated on this ruling gradient, what should be the allowable ruling gradient provided? Here the compensation of gradient is required because of the train is passed through the curve. We know that the compensation of the broad gauge is required 0.04% per degree of curve. That's why the 0.04% degree of curve required is equal to 0.16%. Now the ruling gradient is equal to 0.4% because of 1 in 250. When we convert the 1 in 250 is equal to 0.4%. Therefore the compensation of grade is required 0.16% and the allowable gradient is equal to ruling gradient minus grade compensation. It is equal to 0.4 minus 0.16. 0.24% of the grade required when the train passes through the curve. It is also written in 1 in 470. Shape speed on a curve. What will be the shape speed on the curve of the train? This value is required for both broad gauge and meter gauge. V is equal to 4.4 under root r minus 70 and narrow gauge V is equal to 3.65 r minus 6. R is equal to the radius of the curve. The shape speed on curve is also depend upon the gauge of the track, the radius of the curve and the amount of super elevation provided. Super elevation. What is the super elevation? When the train is passed on the curve, the horizontal thrust, also known as the centrifugal force, acting horizontally at the center of gravity of each vehicle. When the train passed on the curve, the outer force means centrifugal force acting on the vehicle, and it is also able to throw the vehicle out of the track. That's why the super elevation is provided for the negotiate the effect of centrifugal force. Super elevation or cant. Objective of super elevation. Why the super elevation or cant is provided on the track? So to neutralize the effect of centrifugal force, equal distribution of field loads, providing smooth track, improving passenger comfort, to reduce wear and tear of the rails and rolling stock. The value of super elevation not mentioned here, but it is provided, is equal to GV square upon 127 R. G is equal to gauge of the track, R is equal to radius of curve, and V is equal to the shape speed of the train in kilometer per hour. See here, the inner rail is down, then outer rail here provided super elevation to overcome the effect of turning out the vehicle on the track. Thank you for watching.